I shot Care Enclosure with Studio X, my friend Christine, and she took me to an abandoned insane asylum. And it was, at the same time, the most decomposing and beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. The walls were painted such beautiful baby blue and baby pink to kind of calm the insane asylum inmates, hospital patients, I guess they would be, down. And the way the lead paint was peeling and the way the leaded windows had trees growing in through them, it was like the earth was kind of taking this building back into itself. And the floors were just in pieces. I mean, literally we were walking down the hallway and there are giant sinkholes that go, you can see 3 floors down, and I had to follow Christine's footsteps exactly to not fall through. I mean, she knew kind of where the support beams were. You would look down a hallway and see one room that looked like a tornado hit it because it was just shards of metal and glass and wood, and then you'd see another one that was perfectly still with an old wheelchair just sitting in the middle of the room and nothing else. It was like time hadn't touched it, and it made me feel kind of insignificant over the scope of like time in the universe. I mean, it was kind of like I got in my head a little bit with this shoot, just because you realize we're here for a second and this building has been here hundreds of years. So it was amazing. She took me downstairs. We were chasing the daylight, and our last part of the shoot was downstairs in the basement, which already it's treacherous to walk down those stairs, but we go down, you can't see anything. We've got headlamps on. You can see the asbestos floating through the air, and you hear things scurrying, which I don't know what they were, but it's New York, so I can only guess. And there's boxes, pine wood boxes everywhere. I have no idea what's in them. And she opens one up, and they're all filled with Victorian caskets. The whole basement is filled with caskets. So she takes me into one room, and there's an open casket in there. And she asked me to get undressed and get in the casket. This was scarier than the snake, because the casket is filled with hay and like a satin lining that's like wet and mildewy. And the top half of the coffin is open, but the bottom half is closed. So I have to kind of like get in it and then scooch my body into the bottom half, and I'm totally freaking out. It was claustrophobic and freaky, and there was something psychological. I mean, you don't get in a casket until you're in a casket, and you're not usually going to get out of one. So I think it was probably the most terrifying and beautiful and memorable shoot that I did.